Tony Cassioppi came to a training camp, and the potential was very evident, let's just say that. Iowa was a little bit of an eye-opener for him. I think he was a little bit limited in, what college wrestling was all about, or what a high-powered program was all about. And, he saw firsthand how we operate, and I think he speaks the same language. And we saw when he started to grow up in his training, when we saw what he could do, you start to feel really good about, where he's headed.
First start in Carver with the fall.
That's a pretty good debut right there for Tony Cassioppi.
Started playing flag football when I was 6, tackle football when I was 7. I played basketball a couple years, baseball, played soccer. I think it's good to be good at multiple sports, and it's good to be a multi-sport athlete.
Tony, put your hands here, like this.
I boxed from when I was 11 till through high school. Well, my dad's great uncle, Sammy Mandel, was a world champion back in the 20s. So boxing's kind of in my blood, I guess. And my dad had always wanted to box, but his parents wouldn't let him. So when I showed an interest, my parents got me into it. It's a lot like wrestling because it's one-on-one. There's a lot less techniques than there is in wrestling. There's so many moves in wrestling. In boxing, my boxing coach would always say, the name of the game is to hit and not get hit.
Boxing is a combat sport, so yes, it's one-on-one. You got to get yourself ready to go. You're out there competing against another human being. There's not a whole lot of intervention if things start to go haywire. The highlights that I've seen with him, not much went haywire. I watched a video where he's this, I hate to describe him this way, but he's this chubby little short guy. And there's this big Dolph Lundgren Rocky movie type. That whistle blew and the bell rang, and it was like a hurricane and a hammer on an anvil all at once.
There you go!
Tony was just, he hit that guy so many times from so many different directions, the guy didn't know which way was up.
It's one-on-one. I love that about wrestling, boxing, kickboxing. Go out there, and if I win, it's on me, and if I lose, it's my fault. And I got that immediate feedback of what I need to do to get better.
You talked about Cassioppi as somebody that fans can really gravitate towards. What is adding him to the lineup?
Well, if you just walked in, if you look at his face back there, he's got a big smile on his face. So he adds a big smile to our lineup, and it's a big one. It's like a big old jack-o'-lantern.
Is that a compliment?
I think so. Happy guy. I'm always smiling. It's funny though. My front tooth, both of these teeth are fake. So when I break them, I've actually used the pumpkin emoji because it has I don't know why. I'm a happy guy. I don't know.
I had a plant in my room and in my office, and that plant made me really happy. So I named the plant Tony, and I put Tony's big smiley face on the side of the pot, on the pottery that the plant was in. And he's a happy, funny guy that brings energy. But he's very serious about what he wants to get done in the sport of wrestling as well. We love his energy.
Tony Cassioppi for the Hawkeyes, taking on the number 3 seed Matt Stencil of Central Michigan.
I've learned different things from every match, just that I need to keep improving. I've really settled in my routine.
Drives it way high in the air, over the edge of the mat, and he gets it all the way treetop.
My boxing coach would always say that I have a killer instinct. I'd be able to know when they're on the ropes and when to put the pressure on. I think that applies to wrestling and life in general. I know what I need to do to get to that next step. Know what I need to do to, just keep improving.
And he is your champion for this year's Midlands.